Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled Parents. In today's episode, I told my entitled grandmother is too little too late for a grandmother-granddaughter relationship. Entitled mom wants my house as payment for marrying her daughter. Estate sale attempted theft. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. I told my entitled grandmother is too little too late for a grandmother-granddaughter relationship. This happened a year ago. I, 26F at the time in 2021, have only a living paternal grandmother, 90F. Growing up I tried to bond and form any form of emotional connection, but it only caused me to not be related to her by blood. I would get compared to her favorite grandchildren. She would constantly abuse me emotionally, told me constantly that I was the black sheep of the family, and told me I wasn't going to succeed in life, which is why I tried to unalive myself, because she motivated them most of the time. The last straw for me was when my older brother died. He was 25M, and told my grieving parents that another filthy soul out of this world. My brother was an innocent soul that was killed off for only eating in a fast food restaurant, and I snapped at her, telling her, the day your funeral comes you'll probably wear the brightest red dress I have in my closet, because you'll never mourn your loss, on the contrary you'll celebrate when that happens. This happened in 2014. Since then, at every family event, I would avoid her or pretend she doesn't exist. Hell, I would even skip going to her birthday parties. So last November she got sick, and she wanted all her children and grandchildren to take care of her in the hospital, since her favorite daughter, my aunt, 52F, and her favorite grandchildren, 33F, 31M and 25F, can't do it. She said this to my dad over the phone, and I told her, sorry, but my grandparents died in 2004 and 2012, and I don't have any other grandparents since I am not a granddaughter to my last living grandparent. She started to cry, more like manipulate, and told me that I am her granddaughter and this could be a good moment to bond and mend our relationship. I said to her, now I am your granddaughter? I needed you for 26 years, but in those 26 years you broke me emotionally, and I can't since I study and work. Plus there is no relationship to save. I hung up for my father before she could say anything. I've been told I am a horrible human being for what I've said to her, but I don't feel sorry at all for her. I mean, she dug her own grave, now she can go and lie in it for all I care. That's karma for you. I fully support you here. She's the asshole, not you. Hope you've got a stunning red dress just in case. Thank you, and it is waiting to be worn. Listen to a piece of advice from someone who has been there. Do not help her. She will critique everything you do, and she will feel entitled to any piece of your time, whether you are actually free or not. Furthermore, when she finally gets out of this world, no one will acknowledge your efforts or even thank you. Trust me, it's not worth it. Best advice. If OP actually were to help GMA, belittling and suffering will ensue, and when a will is read, a golden child and family will get everything with a note to OP that's not kind. Big hugs and well done. Yeah, don't feel sorry for her. She doesn't deserve it. Hope you got them boots made for walkin'. Entitled mom wants my house as payment for marrying her daughter. Hey Reddit, this is an ongoing gong show, so I'm putting this here so I can try to make sense of this. My wife's mother has been a malignant narcissist her entire life, to the point where she ended up not going to our wedding because she didn't want to go to the city we both live in. I even offered to drive her here and put them up in a nice house for the week of the wedding, and she decided to surprise us with a wedding that she threw on the same day as our wedding, without telling us ahead of time. Anyway, after almost a year of not speaking, she and my wife are trying to have a relationship. I'm not in favor because I have seen how she treats my wife, but my wife is a grown-up and I have to support her. A little over 6 months ago, my parents decided to give us their house, my childhood home, and we've been remodeling it. We moved in earlier this month, and my wife, with my blessing, invited her parents to stay over for a week so they could see their grandkids. We have twins, a boy and a girl named Luke and Leia, and see the city we live in. Everything went fine until breakfast this morning, when over coffee, my wife's mom, Email from now on, drops a bombshell on me. Mael, so OP, when I had my children, I wanted to have them so someone could take care of me when I get old. There's some history behind this, related to why she fought so hard against my wife and I's relationship, but that's another story for another time. Me, takes a sip of my coffee, waiting to see where this is going. Mil, so since you took her away from me, I think you should be responsible for me too. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to live in your guest room, the room they'd been using for the last week. I need you to drive us to their province, so we can pick up our things. Me, I don't follow. Mil, since you married my daughter, I only have one son to take care of me. It's only fair that since you took her, you now have the responsibility to care for me. My wife, Mom, I think you should pack. Mil, no. You married this slur for a mixed-blood Filipino, I should at least get some benefits. My wife, Mom, that's enough. We invited you to stay the week so you could meet your grandkids, but now I'm starting to see that this might have been a mistake. Me, Mil, I think we need to go. I'll take you back to your province, but you are not going to live here. So here's the current situation. Mil is locked in the guest room packing, but we suspect that she's planning to squat in the room. Whenever we knock, she starts crying hysterically about how she is going to die old and alone, how my wife is a bad daughter for not supporting her mom, how I'm a bad son-in-law because despite having money and a nice house, I'm not supporting her, etc. I'm on the phone with my cousin, he lives down the street from us and his dad is a justice in the Supreme Court, so hopefully we can get the police to trespass her, and we're working out a response. Update, so to answer a few questions. Yes, I could have just taken the door off its hinges, called the cops, etc. All solutions that end with my Mil in the news or a police blotter somewhere, and I'd like to avoid that. Just sending her back home is enough to keep her away, since it's pretty far and she's only been to my city twice, this is the second time. End of the story isn't as juicy as the story itself. My cousin's father, my uncle and godfather, sent over a police captain, who brought 4 police officers with him. The police managed to coax her out of the room and escorted her to the station, where a police vehicle from her province was waiting to bring her and my FIL home. Local captain didn't log the incident in the blotter, which keeps it off the books. He lives down the street from us and his dad is a justice in the Supreme Court. Damn, man, at least you got good help to figure out this mess. Yeah, normally I hate leveraging family money and connections, but if there ever was a time, then malignant narcissist intending to reenact the Battle of Thermopylae using your guest room sure seems like it. No, you're not going to die old and alone, you're going to die of starvation locked in our spare room. I guess you shouldn't have told her that she's not moving in with you until after you drove her back to her province. She's gonna have to be trespassed and maybe get a restraining order. I'm sorry you're dealing with this and I have to say cool names for your kids. Seriously though, I hope everything works out. Good luck up. Estate sale attempted theft. So I like going to estate sales when I have some free time. I'm at an estate sale that had other people also shopping, but it wasn't particularly crowded. So a girl about 15 or 16 years old was following me around the various rooms pretty closely, which was a bit weird because the house wasn't that crowded. If I stopped to look at something or pick something up, as soon as I moved a little bit she would look at or pick up the same item. A little odd, but nothing too strange. So I stopped to pick up a vintage purse, but my own purse kept slipping off my shoulder because the shirt I was wearing had a slick texture. So I took my purse off my shoulder and set it down directly in front of me on a chest of drawers. The girl reaches in front of me so close she knocked into my arm and grabs it. I immediately grabbed the strap, but she didn't let go. We then engaged in a slight tug of war, because, hello, I'm not letting my purse get stolen. The girl's mother, who had been shopping also, but not staying particularly close to either of us, begins loudly stating that her daughter picked up the purse first and under the rules of estate sales that means her daughter gets first dibs on it and for me to let go. I tell her that it's my personal purse, not an item from the estate sale, and I refuse to let go. The woman keeps repeating the rules of estate sales, like they are royal proclamations, louder and louder. Eventually, she's angrily yelling over me. Girl and I are still engaged in a tug of war because I'm not letting my purse get stolen. Mom gets loud enough that 2 employees of the estate sale company come in to see what the ruckus is. Mom keeps giving her royal proclamation that her daughter picked up the purse first and that I'm trying to steal the purse from her. One of the employees starts to politely tell me the etiquette of estate sales. I listen and then, just as politely, tell her that the purse isn't an estate sale item and is my personal purse, filled with my personal items, that I walked into the estate sale with, and I refuse to let the girl steal it from me. The employee asks for both of us to release the purse and let her pick it up. She gets my permission to open it, takes out my wallet and looks at my driver's license. She tells the mom that purse is mine, not for sale, and hands it to me. The mom gives a huge humph, grabs her daughter's arm and leaves. No apology or acknowledgement that either she or her daughter were in the wrong. In retrospect, I wonder if the daughter may have had a mental disability. But if she did, it wasn't obvious from my limited interactions with her. I just couldn't believe the mom was so entitled that she didn't even bother to get the facts or investigate after I told her that purse was mine. The estate sale people were really nice about it and they apologized even though they did nothing wrong. I even got a 25% discount on the items I bought. Nah. My bet is that mom put her up to it and they've probably been doing it for years. And they weren't paying for the purse, it's mine. Definitely working as a team. Estate sales must be a favorite target for them. I'm getting Marie Schrader vibes, Breaking Bad, lol. Oh god, I completely forgot about her, and now I'm seething with silent rage. Never has a character from a TV show made me so frustrated and angry. The minute I noticed her stalking, I would have stopped, faced her and just stared at her saying nothing. That usually freaks PPL out enough that they want to get away from me. The daughter was stalking and just waiting for you to put your purse down so she can steal it. But you were smart to watch her and keep your purse. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.